This morning, we begin a 5-part series looking back at some of TV's classic comedy programs of the 60s and 70s. Our first installment, I Dream of Jeannie. Our story begins when astronaut Tony Nelson parachutes down on a deserted South Pacific island. There he meets a remarkably well-preserved 2,000-year-old Jeannie named Jeannie, who follows him home to Cocoa Beach, Florida.
Set me free. That means that I'm free to please thee, and I'm going to please thee very much.
Barbara Eden, Jeannie, Larry Hagman, Major Nelson. Good morning. How are you guys?
Wonderful.
Nice to see you.
Good to see each other.
You know, I used to watch I Dream of Jeannie when it first came out, and then when I watched it during reruns, I was amazed to see Sidney Sheldon's name on the credits for some reason. Did he come up with the concept?
Yeah. He started with her in the brass bottle.
Tell me how it all evolved.
Well, he called me at home one day, and he had been testing all the brunettes in town. And I'd been reading about it, but I just didn't think I would ever be there. And he said, "This is Sidney Sheldon. I understand you're my Jeannie. And would you come down and have tea at the Beverly Hills Hotel?" So I went down and I had tea with him, and that's how I got the part.
This is a hard question for Barbara to answer, so I'll ask you, Larry. Why do you think she was the perfect Jeannie?
Well, look at her. Is there any other?
Yeah, he knows Jeannie was never perfect, you see. That's his problem. He can't get over that.
We used to have to lock her away because she could solve any problem.
Master, let me out.
But she was always in a safe or, saying, "Let me out of here," or in this bottle, look here. Isn't that wonderful?
I think that's so great you brought that with you.
Yeah.
That's one that was actually used on the show?
No,
or
unfortunately, she has that one. She swiped that one, and I didn't have
my house.
Well, that's right. It's your house. She took her house.
How did that happen to turn into Jeannie's bottle?
Because they were so cheap, they didn't think the show was going to go. They put in black and white, and they sprayed that little thing. They wouldn't make their own bottle.
Now, Master, I will rescue you.
Yeah, just don't talk about it. Do it. Would you please bring me home?
What was it about this role that appealed to you, Larry, of Major Nelson?
Well, I mean, here was a guy with the most beautiful woman in the world. He could do anything, go any place. It was real fantasy and real fun.
What did people find so appealing about Jeannie, you think, Barbara?
Oh, that's a tough question.
Other than her great body. All right, will you stop?
No. I never approached Jeannie that way because I always thought of her as a tomboy. She wasn't a vamp. She was a tomboy.
You are the most attractive man I have ever met.
Well, that's very kind of you, my dear. Now, if you would just...
In fact, I cannot blame any woman for trying to get you.
Oh, it's most sweet of you, but if you'd change me back to my useful self, I'd do that for you.
I do not think so. Well, it is much safer this way.
You mean you're going to keep him home?
Well, yes, then other women will not bother him.
Yeah, oh, sure, you're exact. Now, tell me that. You're all right.
No, Master, believe me, it is for your own good. You will enjoy being old. I'll take very good care of you.
She absolutely focused on him. Nobody else. That was it. And didn't intend to make trouble. And that was the only redeeming quality, was that she didn't intend to make trouble. She just did it.
By today's standards, this show could be considered sexist. Slave, master, voluptuous.
Who's the slave and who's the master, though?
Yeah, it was comedy. We weren't giving a message.
No, we didn't have any messages in those days. We were just trying to get a laugh.
What was the funny?
It was a job.
Yeah.
What were some of the funniest moments that happened during the taping or filming of the show?